very warm welcome to the Bishan Stadium, where it is going to be a very, very intriguing game of football. Hougang United are taking on the Lion City Sailors. The Lion City Sailors unbeaten so far this season and have only conceded 2 goals. Hougang, well, they're second from bottom and they are struggling to score goals, and they need to turn things around very, very quickly. They are, though, one of the 2 teams that has scored a single goal against the Lion City Sailors. Hougang got beat by BG Tampines Rovers yesterday 3-1. We're at the Bishan Stadium today, and tomorrow Balestier will take on Albrechts in that one. And this match week 7 rounded off by the Young Lions taking on Tanjong Pagar United live from the Jalan Besar Stadium. Confirmation then that it is the Lion City Sailors that are top of the pile, unbeaten. 6 games, 6 wins, 25 goals for, and just 2 against. And you can see how Hougang are struggling down there with just the 2 wins so far this season, struggling to get goals as well with 7, and also are conceding far too many. Well, the Hulls are out, and they're out in force. I wonder what the coaches are thinking ahead of this one. Akbar Nawaz is the head coach, but Panari Pansiri gave an interview before a little bit earlier, as did Alexander Rankovic. Let's hear and get their thoughts ahead of this big game.
Hi, Coach. You take on the Sailors tonight. How fired up is the squad for tonight's clash against the league leaders?
Yes, so today we feel very fired up. And we not think about this game is our pressure, but we think this is our challenge. I think my player and everyone in my team, we think we can be giant killing tonight.
This hasn't been an easy season for Hougang. So what have you specifically worked on to try and beat the current top team?
First, we working hard in the transfer market. We sign the big quality player, and then we try to adapt them to our system, and we training and try to following our structure every day and try to make it stronger.
And finally, please tell us how you've lined up today.
Today we have a bit change lineup from last game. Have a new player coming, and I hope he can make difference in this game.
Hi, Coach. January has been all highs for the Lion City Sailors. How important is it that you cap off this month with the 3 points here?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important that we win, of course, and I'm not really looking which month it is, so that's something maybe for the statistics. Yeah, very important. I mean, against the team that won last game, have some new players, and yeah, we are up to the challenge.
Hougang tonight, a side that you have not lost to since 2021. What sort of a challenge will you be expecting here?
Yeah, but that statistic, like I said, it's something for I love what people always saying about the statistic, but for me, honestly, it doesn't really mean a lot. In a football game, every game is different. I mean, obviously they're gonna try to turn that around, and we have to defend that statistic. Let me say it like that. But again, it's not gonna be easy, especially because I just saw the pitch, and honestly, I thought, should I say something about this, but I cannot let it go. I mean, if we want to be a serious competition, we cannot play against on this kind of pitches. I mean, sorry, it's very dangerous also for the players to get injured, and we have to do better because we just started and the pitch looked like this. So I hope for the next couple of games this can change.
A crucial phase coming up that sees you play 8 games in 35 days. How have you set up your starting 11 here tonight with that in mind?
We cannot, we don't have a privilege, or let's say we don't have a luxury to think like that. I mean, we have a squad of 20 players when everybody's fit. So, and you know, in football, that's almost never. So we just see who we have, and yeah, I don't look at so much about the rotation. Just look who can help me to win the game.
Some very interesting thoughts there as we have a look straight away at the Lion City Sailors starting 11. Well, we'll bring you that very, very shortly. but it should be interesting, Sashi, because no changes made from that 3-0 victory against Geylang last time out.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think that's surprising as well. You know, if you take a look at Lion City Sailors' formation and lineups over the past few seasons as well, they almost always change their teams, rotate their players, and this time around they have not, and they stick with the same lineup as last week.
Interesting comments there.
Yeah.
You talked about 20 players being fit, and obviously they do have the depth with the younger players that are there at the club. And he did mention the pitch, and you do talk about that pitch. And again, it is the same for both sides, though, Sashi, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to get on with it.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I think Alex has not experienced Toa Payoh Stadium. Because if he had, then he wouldn't be complaining about Bishan Stadium. You know, I think we've all played there. And I think this is very, very much better. But having said that, yeah, you know, complaining about the squad size as well. You know, I think he's been doing this from day one, and surprising as well with a budget like that LCS have. It's about planning, isn't it?
Sass, I remember playing with you many, many moons ago here at the Jalan Besar Stadium with the old stand before they redeveloped it. And if you want to talk about pitches, well, that was a quagmire, let's just put it that way. It had been raining during the day, and that didn't help. Hougang then will be in the orange strip against, well, the Lion City Sailors that will be in blue. There are our officials for tonight. The referee, Sakawi Bahari, will take charge. Ably assisted there by his compatriots that will take to the field of play tonight. And of course, we will have VAR, and Abirami Naidu and Alson Fu will be in charge of that if it's required and if it is needed. Bailey Wright scored 2 goals already this season as a centre-back, and like we said, and we have mentioned, they have scored goals for fun, 25 goals, but only 2 conceded. Just tells you about how good Bailey Wright is at the back with the communication, and as a skipper and leader, of course, the former Preston North End defender, very, very much in charge of keeping things tight there. Well, as for Hougang and their lineup, there was 2 changes, and there still is 2 changes. Soturio was supposed to be playing, but he got injured during the warm-up. So Setawut, who was being left out of the team, has been recalled and will start. Aramilo at the back has been changed to Nabi, and that's just the 2 changes then made by Hougang for tonight, Sashi.
Yeah, and you know, they did really start the season well with 3 losses in their first 4, but you know, last week was a very, very important win against Balestier. Khalsa coming back from 2 goals down as well. And, you know, I think very interesting. Panseri was talking about being a giant killer today. And let's hope his new signings, and he spoke about their work in the transfer window. And we've got a couple of players in as well.
I heard they were trying to sign you as well, Sashi. That was the that was the big news that was going on in the window. It's a 4-3-3 then from the Lion City Sailors. Tweak in the formation. He had been playing with 3 at the back, but has decided to go with a 4 over the last couple of games. Nakamura obviously re-signing in Singapore colours, will be playing for the Lion City Sailors, but it's pretty much the same lineup, and it is the same lineup as that 3-0 victory last time out.
Yeah, exactly. And Cian Dengue will be just sitting in front of the back 4. And very interesting, you know, you talk about the 3 at the back when they play in continental competitions, even in the Singapore Premier League. When they defend Cian Dengue, you will see him just dropping off to form a 3 at the back with the wing backs. And
that just adds to the quality that they'll have there, as Rankovic looks and talked up again about that squad of 20, where I think that may be just a little bit sleight of hand from him. He does have a bit of a deeper squad than that. We do have to mention Amanda Glory, who is starting for Hougang up front, the new number 9. That was what Panari Pansiru was alluding to about this new player coming in and making an impact. He's obviously Canadian. He's been playing over there, but has had a stint at Sydney Olympic. So it will be interesting to see how he goes.
Yeah, and they've got 3 players who also scored last week. Glasgow, Setawut. Glasgow scored quite a brilliant goal last week. And then the substitute who came on and scored that winning goal, Kibagunchi, the number 36, who's a centre-back.
Forced his way back into the starting lineup with that goal, probably, which is why Jaramillo has been left out. There he is, the big man. Has caused problems when he's gone forwards from set plays. He is a big, strong, strapping lad. not easy to deal with sometimes, but straight away off the bat, it's going to be a long throw from Akram Asman for LCS. Victor Blasco comes all the way across and is saying he's far enough away. These can always be very difficult to defend. It's almost like a corner. Bailey Wright is up from the back. It's a high loopy one. Bailey Wright tried to flick it on, didn't get there, headed back forwards. Flag doesn't go up for offside. And picked up in the end by Farhan, who just launches that one clear. And it means that Hougang can get their shape back.
Yeah, it was a very important sliding challenge by Ryan Saniza. A large ditch there, because if not, an LCS player would have gotten through.
Susaku has been elected in goal. It's allowed Ison Mabud to go out on loan till the end of the season. Here's Costa. Just keeping it simple. Ramsalar being involved. Of course, they will miss Lestien, and we have seen that already, and we will see more of that. Try to play it down the line. The flag goes up. Nakamura wins the... Isn't going to be a handball and a free kick?
Yeah, Jordan Vestring there. Touch tight on Nakamura. Just a little bit of pulling on Nakamura as he went past him.
The 24-year-old just catching him. Akram keeping things simple. Starting in a wider right area, Nakamura, isn't he? It's almost like a 4-4-2, as it were. They have put down as a 4-3-3, which it is, because Ramsalar, Lenati and Shawal Anwar will work that front line together. But Nakamura very, very wide there.
Now he comes inside.
Yeah, now took him back inside, yeah. Well, like you said, I think that Ndenge is key to that, isn't it? It allows the likes of him and Hami Shahin to go into those wide areas, because he just acts as a foil, as a sweeper, as it were, with the fullbacks going and joining in, as well as those midfield players. Here's Costa. Clips one into the channel. Ramsalar loses out. It's a nice header from Yumasua. Bouncing around a bit though, isn't it? You can see it's a little bit dry, the surface over at Bishan. Ryan Sanazal just mops things up nicely. A bit heavy looking for Farhan, just couldn't keep that one in play.
Yeah, just a long straight ball, just over the top of Costa. Farhan Zulkifli can't get that. He's fast, but not that fast.
Always difficult with a straight ball on a straight run. Everything has to be completely perfect. If you hit a diagonal ball on a straight run, you've got more chance of getting it, or a diagonal ball on a straight run, or a straight run, or a straight ball on a diagonal run. Vice versa, you know what I mean, Sashi. You can always adjust then, either way you're going to go towards the ball and keep it under control. It's Hougang's turn to try and keep possession of the ball now. Was that a foul? No, said the referee, and Dengi closing down. Flag's gone up for offside though. Amanda Glory.
Yeah, Setterwood went down a little bit too easily there. Challenge from Ndenge.
The long ball forwards, Shalamar just with a little nudge, just a little bit too much for the referee's liking, hence the free kick.
Yeah, the skipper just First to the ball there, attacking the ball, the high ball.
Vestring just slowing things down as well. Nabi doing likewise. And Sanazal just rattles it into the striker, Amanda Glory. And keep possession. Big switch coming that time from Saiful Akbar. Vestring trying to push on. Victor Blasco being given that role in the hole, as it were, to be able to try and get hold of the ball and link up all the play. Hougang looking all right here and looking comfortable, passing and stroking it around.
Yeah, pretty fluid as well. And up top, Blasco, Setterwood.
Blasco whips it in, headed away. Second ball picked up by Hougang. Whipped all the way to this near side for Farhan. Having one of his best seasons of his career this year. Been very instrumental in build-up play and goal scoring for Hougang. And working hard down this right-hand side.
He's a very exciting player, 1v1. He's always going to try to be as direct as possible.
It's exciting to see what haircut he's going to have as well. Week on week it changes the colours. They're looking okay, they're looking comfortable here.
Yeah, and I think Lion City Sailors, they won't mind this at all.
Everything's in front at the moment, apart from Vestring with that delivery. Headed away from Bailey Wright. Here is Farhan. Nice little turn, closed down quickly though by Costa, who looks to come forwards and then checks back. Put himself into a little bit of bother and a little bit of trouble there. Farhan does really well there to come back and put that challenge in as well.
Yeah.
Looked like he could have gone forwards there, Sashi.
Yeah, the space was in front of him and, you know, got back into trouble. I'm sure Rankovic, there you go, he's pointing.
Take the space.
Go forward.
Susak, big 6'8" Croatian in goal. Man mountain. Gonna try and get the ball past him. Hami, nice ball play forwards. Ramsalar makes the run into the channel, gets beyond the defence, tries to clip it back, but Ryan Sanizal clears his lines. Farhan trying to pick that one up. Hami's the man that picks it up in the end.
Yes, Saifullah did just enough there, tracking the runner. Just got a touch to the attempted cross.
Costa clips it in, looking for Lennart T, couldn't find him. And again, Hougang happy to just pick up the ball. That's the second shoulder charge that he's done. I just wonder, the referee's having that quiet word and just saying, look, that's the second time. The next one, you're going in the book.
It's smart play from Huzaifa. I think he realized at the last moment that somebody was behind him, and then they had a glance there, then just touched the ball just in front of Shawal, forcing the foul.
Yeah, very clever play. Absolutely spot on there. Sometimes you know you've got to take one as a player, and if you get your body in the way, you never know what could happen. The officials reacted exactly the way that the referee did there, and has a quiet word and says any more of that and you will go in the book. It's almost 10 minutes gone. And City Sailors happy to drop off with a low block and just invite Hougang on. They're the ones that have had the possession so far in this game. Clipped over the top from Ryan Sanazal. Vestring in an advanced position. Can they get the cross in? Blasco. Going to try and change the angle of attack. Zaifa. Couple of step overs there from Victor Blasco. The cross finally comes in and it's a free header. He's got above Dankovic and made absolutely no mistake. What a finish that is from Setterwood, who wasn't supposed to start the game tonight. And that just turns around and says to the coaching staff, hey, play me. What a finish that is. He rose like a salmon right up above Dankovic and buried the header to give Hougang the lead.
Oh, what a goal. And it was a superb cross as well. Just a little bit of space that was needed, and then he swings one in. I think it was John Westring, and what a header, what a leap that was. But take nothing away from this cross. The shape on this was superb, but Setterwood, what a leap. Going past Datkovic, and what a header.
He never looked. He never looked. When you see the replay, that is poor, poor defending. It's his second goal of the season for Setterwood. But Datkovic got caught ball watching there, didn't realise that Setterwood was right behind him and came in over the top. What a finish. That's only the third goal they've conceded so far this season, and 2 of those 3 goals have been against Hougang.
Well, I wouldn't say that they totally deserved the goal, but possession was all about Hougang. It was in their favour when they scored.
I mean, with the ball into the far post, headed back by Lenati, and it could be Ramsalar off the line. Brilliant defending from Vestering. And now Hougang can come forwards again.
Well, Vestering has made one and saved one.
Man of the match, if it was to be over now, wouldn't it? 12 minutes into the game. Scored one, saved one. Couldn't ask for more than that from your defender or your fullback, who you want to get forward and get your crosses in, and you want them tucking in and defending like that.
And that's the warning, isn't it? You know, and if you just scored a goal, it's just got to be focused. And that's what LCS can do. Just one chance, nearly got back on level terms.
Believe that the VAR were checking to see if that goal was legitimate. There was absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's been waved away very, very quickly.
Yeah, I think as well Datkovic wasn't aware, as you said, of Setterwood just behind him, because he was very square. And he had that jump on him as well, Setterwood. What a lead that was.
Yeah, ball watching. Defender got caught completely ball watching. He turned around and looked at his goalkeeper, Susak. So for Akbar just getting caught there. It was a very, very strong challenge. This one may get looked at. This is the one before. Lenati with the ball back across. Ramsalar tries to tuck it in, and well, it doesn't matter. It's a flick. Did it catch the leg? Did it catch his backside? It doesn't matter. It stayed out of the goal, and that's the most important thing.
Exactly. Positioning is everything, and he does well there to sniff the danger and just got it out with his left foot there. Brilliant.
But that's good defending, Sashi. If you know your goalkeeper's going towards that ball and going there, you've got to cover your goalkeeper on the line.
Exactly. He's coming across from the left back position. It's good play. This was the foul.
No, it's coming together more than anything. I think the arm of Costas just caught him as they were going down.
In fact, the challenge was by Saifullah. He came in sliding in.
Millard Yunus there, getting involved on the sideline and just having a few words as well. LCS now need to look to try and push forwards. Still very, very early in the game now. How many times have we seen LCS throughout the last couple of seasons go a goal behind and then just get better and stronger as the game goes on? Not playing as expansive as we have seen them so far this season, electing to allow Hougang to have the ball, but it's cost them dear there where they conceded the goal.
And it was all about conceding possession, wasn't it? It was all Hougang and space as well.
Chance here though, Ramsalar cuts inside, Ramsalar! This time Nabi with the block. Danger not clear though, Ndenge picking it up. Ramsalar again, the little give and go. Diogo Costa pulls it back, Ndenge! Straight down the throat of Zarfan Rohaizad, and that's the first real action he's seen.
Yeah, and straight at the goalkeeper Zafan, but that's much better from Lion City Sailors. Going on the front foot. And, Diego Costa with just that lay back to Dengue.
Do have the solitary clean sheet so far this season, Hougang. That one was a 2-0 victory over the Young Lions. And actually their next opponents on the 30th of January again. Imagine going into that game with the right result here.
Absolutely.
Really give them a boost.
Real high. As you said, still a long way to go, and Mansiri there on the background wanted a giant killing performance. On the right track.
Costa just off balance and plays that into the far post area. Shaul Anwar is the man that picks it up and just retains possession. Dengue. Salah. Hamid with the ball forwards. It's a nice ball, but it's well read. Nabi Kimbuguchi coming across there and reading that one well, but conceding possession, however. And the Glory unable to keep the ball.
Yeah, Dankovic that time very touch tight on him. Didn't give him an inch to turn at all, and well defended just early on as well. Kimbuguchi is coming across.
If you're just joining us, Satorio was supposed to start the game, but it's the man who was supposed to be left out of the team that started the game that scored the goal. Well, that sounds long-winded, but that's exactly how it is. Penalty, trying to make it a nuisance of himself in that front line. Fahan, well, you could see what he was trying to do there, trying to be clever, just flicking it past Hamid Shaheen, but Hamid getting his body in the way.
Yeah, he just read Farhan's move there. Teammates, obviously, the national team.
Closing down from Hougang. Nice turn there, though, from Nakamura.
I just do wonder whether Nakamura just not really comfortable out wide on the right-hand side.
I suppose it's one of those, though, isn't it, when LCS come knocking you, very hard to turn them down. Ramsalah cuts inside, delivers a decent ball. What a save, but a second finish off the ricochet. Shaul Anwar, that's going to be his third of the season. Attacked the ball first, hit it well. Somehow Zafan kept that out of goal, but then the rebound just fell straight to him, and before you know it, we're all square.
Well, we talk about defenders going to sleep. Kimbuguchi here, take a look at Kimbuguchi. Oh, just went to sleep. That's really, really poor defending. Caught square, didn't know where Shaul was. And obviously, Zafan saved it the first time round, but he's never going to miss from the rebound. He didn't know anything about the rebound, actually, hitting his knee in. But to be in that position, and Kimbuguchi has got to do better.
Well, we've seen two goals that really are two defensive, massive errors. You have to be aware of what's around you. You can't get caught ball watching. You have to be on the half turn, see your man, see the ball. And on that occasion, Nabi Kimbuguchi wasn't so all square. And you have to say, Lion City Sailors have stepped it up since they went one behind. Pushed a little bit more. They've switched it up a bit as well. Shaul Anwar has gone out to that right-hand side. Lennart T going through the middle at the moment. But here come Hougang again. Glasgow wanted the return, but Zaifat elected to keep possession instead. Glasgow as Vestring in that wide area. Popping up on that left-hand side as well and trying to get involved. Seems to be all over the place at the moment. There is Vestring, who stayed in that advanced position. Like we said, Sashi, there's still plenty of time. It only took them 8 minutes to turn things around and draw things all square. And again, that was a little bit risky from Zafan Raizat. Yumasoa. Big switch of play from him. It's a lovely ball played in there. Farhan delivers. It's a decent ball as well. Again, Diogo Costa doing just enough in that challenge to ensure that it wasn't going to be a free header.
And so far, there's been some crosses that's come in that's really, really dangerous. And this one's from Farhan Zulkifli, it's swapped sides. And Setterwood again, actually. That challenge by Diego Costa just put him off. But Setterwood has been a real danger player, especially from crosses.
He's a former under-23 Thai international. Started at Chonburi. Signed from Play United. Has worked well up front. Yotsukorn, his loan spell finished at the end of the year, and he was absolutely amazing in the SEA Games, wasn't he? Scoring a hat-trick in one game and just absolutely blowing everybody away.
Yeah, he was excellent in the SEA Games, and Setterwood just pressing from the top.
You know what? He was playing games, that's why. He was playing games for Hougang. He got himself into that zone, and you have to ask the question, how did Hougang manage to sign him for that amount of time? Nice ball played forwards, and T couldn't win it. Ramsalar battling and fighting. Comes off the big toe there of Yumasoa, so that's going to be a throw-in for LCS. Wonder if Hougang have done their homework. They seem to be trying to attack a lot more down the left-hand side, and maybe think that Akram Azman could be the man that they can get at a little bit more. He's just ballooned that one out of play.
Yeah, no disrespect to Akram. I mean, I think if you're gonna choose either one of Costa and Akram, choose him. But at the moment, he's done okay. But except for stopping that cross from Westring for the goal.
Yes, happy to keep possession. Little chest down from Lenati. Gets it back from Ramsalar. Tries to create the yard for himself. Was the contact? No, said the referee. Lenati thought there was. Had a good glance at the referee there.
Yeah, it probably went down a little bit too easily. Lenati. Gucci just coming across.
Just over halfway through the first 45 minutes. You just joined us, 1-1. Where have you been? A nice game of football. Both sides trying to play and trying to keep possession. Nice ball played in behind. Bailey Wright just gets caught out by the pace from Amanda Glory.
Well, you played 24 minutes, and I think we already had a much better game than the one we had last night, the Eastern Derby between BG Tampines and Geylang. I thought the intensity was a little bit low, but this one much better.
Glasgow, a little bit more thunder in this one, isn't there? Fine. Hougang happy to just stroke it around and keep possession. Long ball played in, far too close to the big man in goal, who plucks that like he's picking an orange off a tree.
Obviously with that height advantage as well, but the ploy, the tactic remains to be the same. The ball just going out wide and putting crosses into. At that time, the accuracy wasn't the best from Farhan Zulkifli. Rankovic absolutely livid on the touchline. Not happy with his side.
He's made that most of the time, though, isn't he? Sashi, sometimes you need a coach like that who's going to get into you and give you that little bit of motivation. Some players do require that. Some need more of an arm around the shoulder. It's all about man management these days. Costa. Looks for the give and move. That just opens the space for Ramsalar to come and get it. Dankovic. Plays right. It's all the way back to the keeper, just to change the angle. Lovely play from Menati. Diogo Costa is in. Costa squares it. Nakamura! 2-1. Unselfish, totally unselfish there from Diogo Costa. And real quality to just roll that across the face of the 18-yard box. And real belief in the players that are in and around him. And Nakamura makes absolutely no mistake. Fires it home. And LCS are back in front.
Yeah, and you know, if you take a look at the back four and the midfield, they're so far apart. So whenever a defender gets beaten like that, there's nowhere to be found. And then you're right about Diego Costa there. So unselfish. And he turns his man Lenati, goes past Ryan Sanizal, who was so touch tight on the player, rolls his man, and then the finish from Nakamura comes off a...
It's an own goal.
Yeah.
Ryan Sanizal.
Yeah.
It's an own goal. It will go down as that eventually. Maybe not at the moment, but if you have a look at the way that the ball was trying to be cleared, quite clearly, you could see Nabi Kimunguchi trying to clear his lines, and it hit Ryan Sanizal on the chest and went in. Flag stays down. Lennart T. Ramsalar making a run to the near post. Now the flag goes up. The referee blows the whistle.
Yeah, I was just mentioning about Ryan Sanizal just going too touch tight on Lennart T, who managed to roll him. But just take a look at the distances between the defense and the midfield, too far apart. So whenever something goes wrong, the cover is not there at all. And that's how dangerous the Lion City Sailors are. They can be defending deep, but they will hurt you.
It's a strong challenge. The referee tries to play the advantage. Is he going to bring it back? I think it's just a little bit too far gone. You could see there and Denge just going and having a word with the referee saying we wanted the foul, not given. That one is, though, a little tug on the shoulder from Amanda Glory.
Ball that was played forward by Saifullah, looking for Glory. Curled it to the path. Yeah, it's...
Was it the other way round?
Exactly.
Yeah, Dankovic puts his arm out to stop him running in behind. That's twice he's been caught out in this game.
Yeah, he knows what he was doing there, Dankovic. Bought himself a foul there.
He got away with that one. So confirmation that it has been given as an own goal. Ryan Sanizal, it did come off him. Knew nothing about it. Little he could do about it. Very little he could do about it. Ball finally out of play.
Yeah, Michelle says the ball didn't go out as he controlled it.
So coming up to the half-hour mark. 3 goals, Sashi. He said yesterday it just lacked that sort of intensity. It's not lacking here, not at all.
Yep, definitely right. And almost 30 minutes here, and very good game. Both sides going for it.
Can Hougang get themselves back into this? That's going to be the question. Man City Sailors in the league yet to concede more than one goal in a game. It's only the third goal they've conceded in this season. Time and space for Akram. Now they can play that lower block if they want. They've got themselves that lead and hit on the counter-attack. Maybe you can see why he's been playing three at the back as well then, if Dakovic is going to get caught out like that, the way that they conceded that goal. Maybe that's why he goes that way. Ramsalar with a cushion header. Diogo Costa back to Ramsalar, delivers T! Lennart T scores. The linesman put his flag up straight away to say that it was a goal after it had come off the crossbar. That is fantastic play. And it was all bred out of that little cushion header from Ramsalar. And then Diogo Costa had enough about him to give it him back. Then the quality of the ball in was there for all to see. But again, strikers getting in front of defenders, and a good header from Lennart T.
Well, it was all about the quality of the play, of the decision-making as well. Ramsalar, one touch out, and the cross was inch perfect, and Lennart T, so much to do. That was the cushion header you were talking about. Costa had the presence of mind to play it back to him. And then the quality of the ball and the header, I tell you what, that's not easy, you know, to glance the ball off from that position in the near post area. Superb from Lennart T and the Sailors.
Goal number 6 of the season in the league campaign then for Lennart T. Just to let you know, Sassy, there are only a few of us that could do that header. Great position though. Like we said though, it's getting in front of defenders, and once you do that as a striker, the defender's lost. You can't do anything.
Yeah, and the power of the header as well. Just beats Zafan. It's the roof of the net. Brilliant.
We are talking about a German international, you know, a youth international up to the age of under 20. So, you know, he's no mug. He started at Werder Bremen, which of course is in the Bundesliga. And when you've got someone like Ramsalar, who has 3 caps for the national team for the Dutch, you've got quality all over the squad. Are they missing Lestien? Are they going to be better without him? Are they going to be more fluid? Is this going to be the new Lion City Sailors? Are they building now for the future?
Yeah, it's a very good question. You know, with Lestien, one of the best players ever to play in Singapore in terms of foreign players, and good question there. And again, I have to say this: in the local league, SPL, we probably get away with it, you know, and no disrespecting the other teams. It's in the continental competitions where, you know, they got to get better, and that's what they're trying to build, as you said.
Struggled a bit this year, didn't they? When it came, it was almost like the balloon had burst after getting to the final last year in the Asian Champions League 2. It's not always going to be like that, and you have to work incredibly hard to get there. I'm not saying that they didn't, but teams start to work you out, so you have to have different strategies and different formations. Maybe that's what LCS are doing, particularly on that continental stage, is just reshaping themselves. Hami trying to get away, lost out. Ryan Sanazal wins it back. Nabi has a touch, plays it forward. And Diogo Costa wanted to try and change shirts with Settlewood before the end of the game. He was that close to him.
Yeah, it was the challenge by Saifullah in the middle of the park on Hami Shaheen. Should be okay. It's just a knock on the right ankle, I think. This was Hami Shaheen with the ball. There you go. Challenged by Saifullah coming across. Foul not given.
Just clipped him, just caught him. That happens. The ball's got to be there to be won. You've got to have a little go for it. Shrug of the shoulders there from an official. Sakawi Bahari. Rubbing a bit of ice on it's going to help just at this precise moment in time as Panarai Pansiri looks on, just asks his team to try and calm down. He's the assistant coach at the moment. Akbar Nawaz is the head coach. Sometimes it's when you work in a team like that and you turn around and you work together. That's exactly what's happening over at Hougang. Hamishayan seems to be okay. I do know that Akbar Nawaz is actually helping and mentoring Pansiri and really trying to help him develop and learn more about the game. And of course, the man that's gone and won titles over on the subcontinent, over in India, tells you all you need to know about the way that he's helping to develop his career. Akbar Nawaz, very intelligent man, very intelligent coach. Lovely turn from Nakamura. Not the best ball forwards, but not the best clearance either. So Lennart T picks it up and keeps moving. Here is Hami. And another clip. This time it's the other ankle.
Yeah, just received the ball and again, too smart for Setterwood.
Is Ramsalat. Has the pace. Tries the tricky footwork, keeps it in play and somehow keeps the ball. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, that's going to have been very, very close. Ramsalat didn't think that ball went out and it didn't look like the full ball crossed the line.
Setterwood was very confident that he had. Let's take a look at this again. It's a much better angle for us to see this. Setterwood, last touch by...
No.
Not the whole ball.
No. I tell you what, he's got a point there, Ramsalat.
Yeah, and got to be careful as well. And Hamishayan struggling here.
No, he's asking the...
No, he doesn't want the stretcher.
Yeah. They're going to want to change it, though. That must have been a really strong wrap on the ankle then for him to come off. He is one of the players that has appeared in all the games for the Lion City Sailors. And one of 7. There are only 7 players that have actually appeared in all of the games going into today.
That's a blow. It'll be disappointing for Hamishayan. To keep his place in the side.
That's it, isn't it? You lose your place in the side here. You know that if someone comes in and does well, you've got to work twice as hard to get back into that starting 11.
It's a problem. You want the momentum as well as for playing games and stuff. So it's disappointing for Hamishayan, I'm sure.
Snapped in on the 29th of Jan, followed by Alastair Kalstra on the 1st of Feb. So the game's coming thick and fast for LCS. Then they've got the Asian Club Championships again with Svay Rieng from Cambodia. So it's an interesting 2 weeks for them. But I'm sure you'll tell everybody, Sashi, in a minute, as we just see Haris Harun come on. The veteran, the legend, the man with the most caps for the Singapore national team will replace Hamishayan. As a player, Sashi, I'm going to ask you a question, and I know what your answer is before even asking it. Would you rather train or would you rather play matches?
Well, I don't have to answer you that. I just want to keep on going and you know, not train as much because, you know, you want to play games, especially if you're starting games, you know, and you know, the momentum is there. Just go out there. It's just almost like you're on automatic mode, and it's always good. But for Hamishayan now, you know, when you go out and you get injured, you want to recover. It's really a long process.
Ball launch clear. And on the back foot here, and that was a misheader, but somehow he's got away with that, Nabi Kibanguchi. Well, the Hougang of the first 10 minutes has gone missing. That's a clumsy little challenge from behind. It's the first yellow card, and it goes the way of Nakamura. Can't challenge from behind like that in this day and age.
Yeah, nicely done from Farhan. Just got a little bit lucky here and then got the pass to Nakamura to challenge from behind like that. And Nakamura knows it as well.
Kyoga Nakamura then, first player into the book tonight. Well, we have seen quality delivered from Vestering. That led to the first goal with the header from Setterwood. Will we see it again here? Ball delivered, deflected, and Susak, who has had very little to do in this game, really. It's only about his third or fourth touch, I think, Sashi.
Exactly, except for picking the ball up from the net.
Yeah.
You know, nothing really for him to do.
He's had that. He's had one that he caught where no one was around him, and he's had that. So he very little participation. But as a goalkeeper, you always have to be ready. Some say it's the worst and the hardest position on the football field. Nowhere to hide when a goalkeeper makes mistakes. If a midfielder, a striker, a defender makes a mistake, you've always got someone to bail you out. But when the goalkeeper makes mistakes, that's when people start pointing fingers, unfairly at times as well.
And nowhere to hide in training sessions as well. They get hammered during training sessions.
Yeah, but that's par for the course. That helps toughen them up. And that's a lovely touch from him with that chest down to Ramsalat. Well, Lennart T's not giving up, and he gets there, tries to cut it back. Goal kick awarded. And I'm going to ask you, was that over the line, Sashi?
Yeah, definitely over the line, but I don't think he appreciated that ball. It was so hard, but he just didn't manage to, or did not try to get there. Half and puff there, T.
Yeah, it wasn't the best return pass, was it, there from Ramsalat? Hougang trying to play their way out from the back. LCS pressing high up the field of play, and that's why they win it back. And Dengue back inside. Ramsalat has time, has space. Lennart T on the turn, tees it up, and Dengue deflected, and that's going to be a corner.
They go forward, they look really, really dangerous, the Sailors. Pace and power as well. Shot coming off Kemaguchi.
I like this boy in Dengue. The more and more I see him as this season's growing and going, the better and better he's becoming, in my opinion, because I think he can do that job where he sits in. He likes to get forwards as well, and he is an all-round player. Don't forget, there were other teams that were trying to sign him. The AK Athens and Copenhagen. Cagliari in Italy were trying to get hold of his signature. It was a bit of a coup for the Lion City Sailors, and he is paying dividends. Nakamura goes short, gets it back in behind, clips one to the edge of the box, and Dengue got it out of his feet, but it's nicely picked up. That's naughty. That's very naughty. It's going to be a yellow card. Definitely the phrase taking one for the team there springs to mind for Akram Asman.
Yeah, the two white players for Lion City Sailors as clear as day in terms of the decision. So blatant.
Setterwood wanting to have a little chat with the referee, but he didn't need to. The referee was already reaching for his pocket. 60 seconds left. Lion City Sailors have come from a goal down to lead by 3-1. Nice open game of football. Chances at both ends, but more at the end that Hougang are defending. A little bit more clinical as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
LCS.
Yeah, they always look dangerous going forward. The chances, the quality of the chances much better.
Lovely ball played forwards. Glory. Well, brings the best out of the keeper. Susak had to patrol that near post area, and we spoke about goalkeepers keeping that mental focus, and that's exactly what Susak did there with a big save.
Yeah, Lion City Sailors wanted the flag to go up. It didn't come. Glory Amanda, just take a look at the bottom of the picture. It did look like he was offside from there. But you're right, Susak had to be very alert at the near post.
Dankovic again got caught ball watching. To be aware of what's around him. That could have proved costly into the final few seconds of this half. Whipped into that near post area. Better from Dankovic, went and attacked it, puts it behind. It's going to be another corner. 5 minutes of time added on.
Yeah, probably because of Hamishain's injury. still 5 minutes.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was back
Yeah.
5 minutes. Another corner. All about the quality. Delivered into that near post area again. This time just cushioned away quite comfortably. And now the attack's on Shawalamwa. Just couldn't get that toe to it. Good closing down. In fact, brilliant closing down from Costa. They have blue shirts spare. One of them's Ramsalar. Just didn't get there. The ball just bobbling in favour of Hougang on that occasion as Ndenge pushes high up the field of play, and Hougang just launch it clear. Anywhere will do at the moment.
It's so scrappy for Hougang here. Just Saifullah Akbar will be very lucky because he lost the ball twice there in a row, and then LCS nearly got through.
Costa again, keeping things simple. Tidy little player, but he just wanted a little bit more movement there from the strikers. Didn't get it, so ball has to go out before going back in. Lovely ball threaded through. Chance here. Shawalamwa just couldn't get the better of Ryan Sanazal.
Intelligent run there from Shawal, as you would expect from him. The ball came, nearly got the better of the two central defenders.
Hang on, said the referee. Akram plays it wide. Nakamura. Jinkson cuts inside. Ndenge tees it up nicely. Decent ball in, but easy pickings for the keeper. Zarfan, who launches one. I think he was trying to release Setterwood early there.
It's gotta say, it's a terrible ball. Went way out of the playing area. Wanted to play it fast.
Just having a little look at something here. Interesting to see what. Checking for a potential penalty. Was there something just off the ball that we didn't see? It is a C1 offence, that's what's coming through, so it is a checking of a penalty decision. They're having a good long look at this though, Sashi, so there might be something here. Let's have a look there. It's Leonard T. Oh, it's Ryan Sanazal with his arms wrapped around him.
I think it's a little bit too soft, and let's take a look at this. There was a little bit of leaning as well from Leonard T.
Tell you what, we are seeing. Well, do you remember when the World Cup, when they started giving penalties for people putting their arms around each other? There was a penalty every 2 minutes. I totally agree with you. Sometimes you've got to let things go like that. 6 and 2 threes. No penalty. You were absolutely right. It was a little bit soft, shall we say. Setterwood needs to be very careful. Lovely ball round the corner from Ramsalar. Leonard T, though, dispossessed. Right, Ryan Sanazal again. Changed. Asman just keeping things simple, as is Ndenge. Be interesting to see sign a couple of year contract if he does see that fully out. Ndenge, if really has the potential to go and play. This is no disrespect, but at that higher level in Europe, particularly in Europe. You don't have teams like AEK Athens who are in the Champions League chasing you if you can't play.
Yeah, exactly, and he's real quality, isn't he?
So I said it's a real coup it was for LCS to get his services. Really, really was. Nice ball, fizzed and fired in there to Amanda Glory. Trying to twist and turn is Saifullah, couldn't make his way through that defence. 5 minutes are up. We'll probably have another 30, 45 seconds because of that stoppage looking at the VAR. Challenges flying in, and whilst we did hear before the game Rankovic going on about the pitch, it hasn't played too badly, Sashi.
Yeah.
It's actually played okay.
Yeah, I think he was talking about whether it was too dry, or I don't know exactly what he was complaining about.
Well, there is the half-time whistle. They went 1-0 down, the Lion City Sailors, in the 11th minute when a header from Setterwood, after a great ball in, whipped in from Vestering, broke the deadlock. However, that awakened the beast, and Shawal Anwar got slightly lucky with a double ricochet. He's managed to hit that ball towards goal. It was a good save in the end from Zarfan before it hit him again and went into the back of the net. Nakamura then thought he'd scored, but it was a deflection off Ryan Sanazal and an own goal before Leonard T means that the Lion City Sailors are sitting pretty. They lead at half-time. It's Hougang United 1, Lion City Sailors 3. Very warm welcome back to the Bishan Stadium. Hougang United 1, Lion City Sailors 3, and it's a masterclass really from what could be the champions-elect. They're unbeaten so far this season with 6 wins from 6, but they did go down to a goal, a very well-worked goal with a decent ball in from Vestring and a good solid header from Setterwood.
Yeah, very good cross from Jordan Vestring, and obviously where was the defender stopping the cross from coming in. But having said that, Setterwood rising above Tony Datkovic, who wasn't aware of his positioning there, of Setterwood's position, and the header was very, very good indeed past Susak.
Giving the keeper absolutely no chance. It's about 8 yards out, so it's a little bit difficult for the keeper to come that far out. However, LCS went straight up the other end and did this. Leonard T with a header back across. Ramsalar thought he'd equalised, and somehow Vestring, after setting one up, cleared one off the line.
Yeah, this was just after they had taken the lead, Hougang, and then Jordan Vestring. Very, very good defending.
They did get that equaliser in the 19th minute, so just 8 minutes after they'd gone behind, and it was a ricochet more than anything. Shawal Anwar got in behind. Poor defending from Hougang. Good save initially from Zafan Rohaizad, who had to just react, but the ricochet goes and hits Shawal Anwar, who puts it in the back of the net, hence no celebration.
Yeah, if you just take a look at the replays as well, it's just shocking defending from Kibagunchi there. The ball travelled a long, long way and just wasn't aware of Shawal's positioning.
This was a nice goal though, wasn't it? Wonderful play, lovely ball in behind. Diogo Costa unselfishly saw Nakamura arriving, who drilled it, thought he'd scored. However, Nabi Kibuchi just managed to clear his line straight into the chest of Ryan Sanizal. Own goal.
Yeah, well worked, and as soon as Ryan Sanizal didn't get here, he just went to the touch tight, rolled his man, and then Diego Costa was away, and he had the presence of mind to just cut it back. He could easily have gone for goal there. An own goal from Ryan Sanizal.
Will go down as an assist for Diogo Costa. Really good play, drew the keeper all the way, and Nakamura has enough about him to just drill it forwards. Then this, maybe the best goal that we've seen tonight so far. Little cushioned header from Bart Ramsalar. Decent delivery, but that's a cool, calm finish from Leonard T, who got himself in front of the defender for his 6th of the season.
If you just look at the replays again, the movement of Leonard T, he just goes away from Ryan Sanizal and then checks back in. That's all the time and space he needed to glance this off the post, or the bar rather. It's a brilliant goal.
We like seeing goals like that, don't we, Sashi? The movement, the passing, everything was exactly spot on. Here are the stats. Lion City Sailors, after not having the possession in the first 15 minutes, turned it on its head. They now have the lion's share. 3 attempts each and 3 on target for LCS. The rest is all pretty even.
Yeah, and exactly possession-wise as well, but you know, they were really, really clinical in that first half.
Well, what have we seen so far in match week 7? We've seen BG Tampines Rovers lay down a marker with a 3-1 victory over Geylang. It's 3-1 here at half-time. Balestier versus Albrechts here at the Bishan Stadium tomorrow. Rounded all off match week 7 with the Young Lions versus Tanjong Pagar United live from the Jalan Besar Stadium. We're going to head for a short break. Second half coming up. Can we get a response from Hougang, or will the Lion City Sailors sail onto 3 points? Very warm welcome back to the Bishan Stadium. Hougang United trailed the Lion City Sailors by 3-1. They did take the lead, but LCS picked them back and not only went in front emphatically. Shawal Anwar bagging himself another goal for the season. That's 3 so far. Hougang Nakamura thought that he'd managed to get his first goal for the club, but didn't. Got the ricochet, so it was an own goal. It came off Ryan Sanazal before the goal of the game so far, which was scored by Leonard T, getting in front of his man and just glancing that header past the helpless Zarfan in goal. What do they need to do to get back into this game, Sashi, Hougang, or has the game gone? Is it going to be the Lion City Sailors that will come out?
Well, it's a perfect Lion City Sailors so far in terms of results, but you know, I think it can be done, but lots of work to be done. Firstly, they got to defend better, Hougang, but apart from that, I think going forward, I don't think they have troubled Susak enough in goal. You know, I think he did make that save from Amanda Glory's shot at the near post, but apart from that, I think they need to be a little bit more just going forwards. They need to do a little bit better, Hougang. The Setterwood has been lively. They need more from the midfielders in Glasgow, especially in Saifullah.
Got a chance for the likes of an Anderson Lopez to get some confidence playing in a game like this, bringing him on as a sub. We do have options on the bench. Now waiting to go. It will be Hougang that will get us underway in the orange strip. Referee having a little glance over at the fourth official and just checking that everything's okay. Quite clearly it's not. So we're just having to wait a few moments or a few seconds until he gets the okay to blow that whistle. There you can see the patches on the ground, which is what Rankovic was talking about. And we do finally get underway. So can Hougang force their way back into this game, or will the Lion City Sailors add more misery? 45 minutes will tell us. Bailey Wright, huge switch all the way in behind the right full-back of Yumasua. Needs to be a little bit more urgency from Hougang to try and create a yard. As it is, good pressure being shown there from LCS, pressing high up the field of play. Not allowing Hougang to get out that easy. Harry Sanon on as a substitute for Ami Shahin after about half an hour. Got a little wrap on his ankles and has had to be replaced. Bailey Wright just clips one into the channel. Shawal Anwar trying to apply the pressure. Does well, wins it back. Shawal Anwar bearing down on goal, cuts it back. Deflected behind for a corner, and it was an important challenge that came in there from Ryan Sanazal. But a big mistake defensively from Nabi Kibuguchi.
Oh, that's really poor from Kibuguchi again. That was his first touch. It was not too bad, but then allowed Shawal to go past him. The attempted cutback was stopped by Huzaifa.
Huzaifa it was that was tracking back in there. Did him a disservice by not mentioning him there. Corner whipped into that near post area. It was almost an Olympic goal. Has he given a free kick or a foul there? Diogo Costa has put it in the back of the net. That looked as though it was going to be an Olympic goal, which is when you score direct from the corner. Was the contact on Zarfan? I'm sure they're going to have a good look at this. Very interesting. What's your take, Sash?
Well, I don't see a foul at all. I think the ball went in straight. It's a brilliant corner from Nakamura.
He's hit the post. That's got to be a goal.
It's a goal. It's there was no foul at all. Probably Bailey Wright with this left elbow on Zafan.
Will they look at that? That is going to be the question. They are checking to see if it's a goal. There didn't look to be too much wrong with that because there wasn't a swing of the arm. Bailey Wright was just in there. Zafan had come a long, long way, clattered into the post, and then Diogo was just in the right place at the right time and slammed it home from 2 yards out.
Yes, interesting to see this one again. Just take a look at Bailey Wright.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a swing there. That's what it was. Again, VAR not just coming to the rescue, but getting the right decision.
In fact, it was well spotted by the referee in the first place, you know, to actually disallow the goal in the first place.
A little bit of drama right at the start of this half. Akram helps it up the line, little step over from Nakamura. Abbey gets there, he helps it forwards. He's been quiet today, hasn't he? Farhan Zulkifli. As well to get out of that hole though as the big switch is on. Set towards the target. Wins the second ball. Waits for support. Comes from Saifullah. Yes, will be happy with this. Everything's in front of them. They can see the ball. De Blasco trying to create yards for himself. Farhan tries to inject that little bit of pace and flair. It's stifled though, so Zaifa picks it up and tries to change the focal point of attack. Nabi. Blasco again, drifted into that wide area, hasn't he, the 31-year-old Spaniard?
Yeah, I think we haven't seen much of Blasco in this game. First half, didn't really done anything in this game, and he scored a brilliant goal last week against Balestier.
Trying to play out from the back, that looked like a foul from Nabi, not given on Shawal.
What was that from Zafan? The pass wasn't on. He just played it without looking.
Get your take in a minute, Tashi, about teams that wanted to play out from the back. Sometimes it's easier to get the ball a little bit further up the field and playing on, fight and battle for it up there. You played in a team that tried to do that and was very, very difficult back in the day at Clemente Calça. Picked up here though by Saifullah, plays it wide. Little ricochet. They got away with that one. LCS again. And now the attack's on, 3 against 3. However, there are bodies streaming back in, not more so than Vestering. That's a free kick. Great play again from Ramsalat. Zaifa Aziz goes into the book.
Yeah, we talk about taking one for the team. Zaifa does just that. He's so powerful. Ramsalat just goes past him like he wasn't there. You know, decide a free kick.
He has the ability to do that, doesn't he, Bart Ramsalat?
Yeah, he's so strong.
Can make you look very, very foolish with a little drop of the shoulder or a little hint of magic. So about Ramsalat over that. We've seen him stick him in the top corner from here before. This sort of distance, this sort of angle. Dengue fancying his chances as well with the left foot, but you have to say this is set up nicely for Bart Ramsalat. It is Dengue to put his foot back in there. Knows how to play. Very difficult to go round that side of the wall to bend it back inside, isn't it? Unless you get it up and over. Game playing out from the back, just inviting pressure. Sass, what's your take on that? and seriously, I mean, yeah. what is your take on that? Because at the end of the day, this is Hougang against the league leaders that are unbeaten this season, and they're trying to play ticky-tack football in their own 6-yard box.
Yeah, obviously, there are many ways to do this. You know, you can play out from the back like that, or you can play out short and then play that longer one to break the lines, or you can just play it long. So it depends, but you know, you got to go with situations as well. You train for it, but in that moment, you got to think. And as a goalkeeper, just play it long, and as simple as that. And the way he played that ball out as well, the last one, he wasn't even convinced about the way he took it.
Here's Ramsalat again, chops it back. Diogo Costa looks up, Lennart T makes an angle, as does Shawal Anwar. Ramsalat had just gambled to get in the 6-yard box there and could have stabbed it home.
Yeah, Lion City Sailors there, like I said in that first half, every single time they go forward, they look like they're going to score. And this one is just drilled at the near post area. You got to say, Kimbaguchi does well there that time. Slid in with Shawal, puts him off.
This could have been a lot more. It should have been probably a lot more. Ridden their luck a little bit here. Lovely little give and go there with Nakamura. And there is Lennart T. Was on the turn. In the end, Brian Sanazal came a long, long way to have to deal with that. And this time didn't allow the space to Lennart T.
Well, the timing and the quality of this pass puts it right onto the path of Lennart T. And there was a deflection. Great pass from Nakamura.
Kyogo Nakamura goes over. He will take the corner. It's going to be the third one for LCS. A lot deeper this time. Zafan came, had a little bit of a flap at it. Not cleared. Is that offside? No, said the referee. Play allowed to continue, and easily picked off by Bart Ramsalat. Clips a dangerous ball into the box, headed away. Glory upended. Play on, said the referee. Harris Harold makes a run in behind. Was the contact there? And T trying to get hold of that ball. Ryan Sanazal not giving him an inch.
Lion City Sailors now clearly on the up and turning the screws. Just threatening and giving warnings to the Hougang defense here. It could be more before the end of the game.
You have to say, Sashi, with this performance, is this setting the marker for the league? Is this saying to everybody else, look, you've got to come here, and if you're going to beat us, then you're going to have to be a very, very good team, because the standard that LCS are playing at here is very high.
Yeah, and it's not only being a good team, you've got to be good, you've got to be focused, you've got to be concentrated for the full 90 minutes, very organized as well. You've got to have a proper game plan.
The only ones that seem to be able to get close to that or understand that is BG Tampines Rovers. Of course, there was that cup final where they ended up winning Lion City Sailors 2-0. Yes, there was a little bit of a mix-up in that, but at the end of the day, the quality shone through all the way to the end for the Sailors. Hougang happy to try and keep the ball for a little bit of a period here now. Lion City Sailors ended up with 59% possession in that first 45 minutes after not really touching the ball in the first 10 minutes.
It's brilliant from Farhan Zulkifli. Just keeps the ball in play. Needs support, gets it.
Glasgow fires it in. Here he is again, Farhan. Creates a yard, drills it in. Not a bad ball. Dengue helps that one forward. There are bodies free if Lennart T can turn. It's got to be a foul. It's got to be a foul. Not given. Glasgow trying to fight his way through. Referee allowing play to continue. Glasgow with the outside of the foot. Clever ball. And I tell you what, that's the best miss kick ever from Datkovic. Tried to clear his lines. It's come off his shin and gone back to the goalkeeper, Susak.
Yeah, Glasgow, very strong play there against Sia Dengue. Just before that, it was Ryan Sanizal and Lennart T. Just right in front of Rankovic as well.
No free kick awarded. Play was allowed to continue. Diogo Costa delivers. Headed away, but not far enough. Harry Sutton just mopping things up nicely. Picked off and won back though from Hougang. Try to think about going forwards, and then they're just smothered by the blue shirts. Almost dropping into a position where they can decide if they're going to press or not there. You could just see Rankovic just barking orders there at Lennart T to get into a position that he wanted him. Let's go. Farhan, little give and go. Nudge in the back, needs to be careful, Akram. He's on a yellow card. Farhan gets in behind. That's good defending, you know. That's very, very good defending, because it looked as though he was going to jump in with that nudge, but managed to stay on his feet and not concede the free kick.
And stayed with him all the way. You know, just run with him, just put the pressure on him. And then Farhan just running out of space there.
That's the old saying in football, isn't it? Open the gates. He'll keep going, he'll keep running all day long. We're at the hour mark. No goals this second half. All the goals coming in that first 45 minutes. Great third man run. Very, very good play. Diogo Costa in behind, delivers. Shawal Anwar couldn't get in front of his man. Good defending again from Vestering to stop that from happening. Glasgow, 4 blue shirts around him. Thinks about attacking the space. And then the big switch comes. And, well, as they say in rugby, he's found touch.
Yeah, a little bit too ambitious there. He does the right thing in terms of keeping it safe in the middle of the park, and then that long ball, it wasn't on at all for Farhan Zulkifli.
He's an interesting character, isn't he, Victor Blasco, signed from Maltese side Balzan. 4 years or 4 seasons in Cambodia, as well as playing over in Canada and Guatemala, so does have that flair and the ability. Again, nice feet from him, little clip forwards, easily dealt with though. Mainly right in the right position and the right place. Nakamura with a turn, draws 3 orange shirts towards him, and Dengue just says, no, we'll just keep this again, we'll just keep it moving. That's exactly what they're doing. Salah making the run in behind. Harris, he'll just keep it moving, and Dengue. Akram. Lion City's Sailors turn to just slow the game down, keep the ball. They can though, they've got the goals in hand. Diogo Costa looking for Leonard T. Ryan Sanazol had to slide in and stop that.
Again, very well worked down that left-hand side. Yuma caught narrow on Leonard T and then came out wide. By then, it was a little bit too late. The cross comes in though, and Leonard T just couldn't get there.
We are going to see a change in a minute. It is going to be Glasgow that will come off. Interesting. Ball fired in. Free header. Just wide. He's already scored 2 this season from set plays and was looking there for a third.
Yeah, it's a good attempt on goal. Good cross. And I think he got the better of Blasco there. Just got the jump on him. Just couldn't direct the ball into the far corner.
Then still trying to make things happen. Just can't do that at the moment though. It's just working for them, which is allowing Lion City Sailors to come forwards a bit more. Chance here, Ramsala! How many times have we seen him do that in his LCS career? But he drops the shoulder, cuts back inside and rifles one in that far corner. Not a million miles away there.
Yeah, so powerful again, and he showed that again. Going past Yuma on the inside, curls one. Zafan palms it away.
Nakamura to deliver. Fired into that near post area again, a little bit of a flap and just fired home. No mercy and no nonsense. And what a finish that is. And if anybody deserves a goal tonight, it's Bart Ramsala. He's worked incredibly hard and he gets his just rewards at the end of the night. And that gives him goal number 4 of the season.
And Zafan flapped at this again. Just sticks his right hand up. It's never going to get anywhere. Then just blasted this one home. No chance. 4-1.
Well, it was a good job there was a net there to stop that, because that would still be travelling. He hit it that hard. Ramsala. Changes come. Saharat is coming on, the 27-year-old Thai who's currently on loan from Langboa Pichaya. Victor Blasco is the player that goes off. And here we go. Yeah, they've scored that goal, so now a chance and an opportunity. As we said, Sashi to give Lopez a bit of an opportunity and a chance.
Substitution for Hougang United. Coming off the pitch, number 18, Victor Blasco.
Yeah, what a player to put on as well. Lopez. Knows where the goal is.
Leonard T is the man that goes off. Adrian Lopez, of course, who was signed from Yokohama Marinos. Played in Asia. Well, literally now, we're in 2026, the last decade where he's been at Sanfrecce, Seoul, Sapporo, Wuhan. J-League top scorer in 2023 and 2024. But here come Hougang again. Glory trying to get that ball into the box but couldn't. Been a tough first outing for him, hasn't it?
Yeah.
4-1, but you have to say it's more than deserved. He could have been double figures the way that Lion City Sailors have played. Vestering from range and a few sarcastic woos from the crowd.
Yeah, it's a weird shot there that was taken by John Vestering. He just cuts across the ball. Obviously, he's a left footer, but didn't really have that conviction in the effort.
So we're into the final phase of the game. The last 22.5 minutes. 4-1 is the scoreline. Nakamura with a little flick, clever little flick, but Lopez not on the same wavelength on that occasion. They're going to look to try and keep the ball moving. Layoff there from Amanda Glory. Really seen enough of him tonight. It's been a difficult outing.
And it's a disappointing ball in the end from Saifullah, but trying to drive it to the far man.
Well, next up, as we mentioned, for Hougang are the young Lions. Then it's Albrechts, then Geylang. Week after week after week, so they do have time in between games to try and sort themselves out and see how they can pick up points. Obviously the transfer window will be over then, Sashi,
yeah.
So they won't be able to surprise us anymore. Oh, lovely piece of skill. They just keep coming here. Diogo Costa down the line. That's a very strong challenge. Play allowed to continue. Nakamura couldn't get there. Vestering clears his lines.
Yeah, Ramsala, brilliant ball in for Nakamura. I think his first touch wasn't the best, and we'll be disappointed with that. But it's a throw-in for the Lion City Sailors.
Anderson Lopez with a little layoff, looks for the give and go. Diogo tries to get the cross in, gets deflected. It's a double deflection, so it will be a goal kick. Played well, bombing up and down that left-hand side, Diogo Costa. Winning that one back. Harris thought about the shot, saw Shawal instead. Shamlama rolls that one back. Ramsala. Harris. He gets caught. Play continues. Diogo Costa. Vestering. Very little he could do there. He wasn't aware what was around him, so put his body in the way to put it behind for a corner. Yeah, and this is dangerous.
Yeah, and I think there was no call as well from the goalkeeper. Obviously, we don't know yet, but you're right, Nakamura with another corner. Zafan has really struggled from these situations.
Why wouldn't you just stick it on him again? That's exactly what they're going to do. Nakamura does exactly that. Farhan flaps again, and again it's smashed home. Wow! Look at the pace and the power in that one from Ramsala. Well, if you've got someone who can sit as a predator on the edge of the box, and you've got the ball that you can deliver there that causes all sorts of problems, and you've got someone who can hit it like an exocet, because that's exactly what Ramsala has done for his second, and it's Lion City Sailors' fifth.
It's just a carbon copy, isn't it? And again, this time, there was his own player in front of Zafan, and he just couldn't handle it again. It was Ryan Sanizal, and it was a rocket from Ramsala.
Wow, that ball had gone past him before Sanizal could actually react. That's how it was hit. 2 goals in 7 minutes from him then, as we are going to have another change. Dankovic is going to be the man that goes out. Rui Perez was actually initially brought in just to play in the Champions League. Hadji's going to come on as well. So Ndenge will get himself a little bit of a rest as well.
I think Haris Harun will go to centre back.
No surprise there.
And Nakamura comes into the middle with Adzik going out wide.
We'll see a little bit more from him. Prefers to play in there, doesn't he? We've seen that throughout his career. Shuffle. They can deal with that though. The players that they've got on display, and again, you're bringing on these fresh legs and a little bit of quality, so more could come. 5-1.
Yeah, and Hougang, they've been too open. And having said that, yeah, they've conceded 2 from the corner kick, but from open play as well, they've been too open. And we talk about letting in goals from set pieces. They did concede 2 from Balestier from set piece situations as well. So they haven't really sorted out the mess at the back from set piece situations.
Corner fired in, and again, Tarfan comes and just pushes it away. A little bit heavy. And it was.
A change for Hougang.
Again, so it's going to be too little too late, but Amanda Glory has struggled today. It hasn't been easy for him though. Parignat is the man that's coming on. Talk about being thrown into the lion's den. That's exactly what's happened to Amanda Glory.
Yeah, a debut against the champions. Not the best of starts. Service, but not there at all. A mistake from Uzaifa.
Bow themselves out just when they need to. That's exactly what they had to do as well. That may just be enough for them.
There, no options at all. Last minute puts it out of play.
The game's over, we know that one. It's going to be very, very tough to bounce back from this for Hougang. But it's easily dealt with. Always going to go this way, you felt, particularly after that first 10-15 minutes where they did allow Hougang to have the ball and have possession. It's only going to be a question of time before they turned around and just ticked a few boxes themselves. That's exactly what they did. Don't mind when you're 5-1 up. You can allow your opponents to have the ball as much as they want, as long as it's in front. Farhan trying to work incredibly hard. That's the support. Needs to deal with it though. Fired forwards, but that's harmlessly behind, so it's easily dealt with.
Yeah, Hougang just struggling to create anything. Haven't really troubled Susak in goal.
They have had, of course, a 7-0 victory earlier this season against Tanjong Pagar. 5-1 win against the Young Lions as well. The only other side that has scored against them this season. Strong challenge coming in. Another change. Zaifa is the man that goes off. Tonlowit is the man that comes on. Could you bounce back from this? That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's been tough for them. Mind you, they haven't helped themselves with one or two of the goals. Again now, the pressure. Anderson Lopez almost nicking and winning that one back. Andy Wright getting caught out of position there. Setterwood trying to force his way through. Nakamura picking up the loose ball. Time and space for Ramsala, who's on a hat-trick now. Anderson Lopez looking to get in behind, just slightly too close to the goalkeeper on that occasion.
Yeah, the idea was a good one from Ramsala. Just playing it through for Lopez. Made the run through the middle.
Into the side netting. So it's going to be tough for him to hit the target from that angle.
Another good ball in from Ramsala. Just reverse ball. Good run. But angle always going to go against him.
Reverse pass though, wasn't it? As you said, had to pick a player of the match, Sashi. Is that really that easy and that difficult to decide?
Yeah, you've got to go for Ramsala. I think throughout the game he's been really good. Brilliant as well. 2 goals. Made that goal for Leonard T as well with a cross. Almost too easy for him.
Substitution for Hougang United. Coming off the pitch, number 6, Huzaifa Aziz is being placed by...
The announcer seems to have missed that one. He's just announcing it now. He's probably jumping up and down with all the goals that they've scored. We did see Tonlowit come on. We did mention that to you. Here's Ramsala again. He's an intelligent player as well, Ramsala. Really is. If you watch his movement and you watch when he doesn't have the ball, that's when he comes alive, because he does take up those positions. Like he scored those 2 goals, he'll just take up positions that can hurt you. That's a nice touch from Farhan. He judged that to perfection in the end. Goes back to Susak, who launches it long and clear. Not a bad effort. Got to try and do something to score a goal. And if that's the case, then you're the player with the flair and the ability, you might as well have a go.
Yeah, it's so good here. He takes it on the turn, goes past a couple of players, including Ray Paresh, and not a bad effort at all. I think Susak scrambled across as well.
Has been kept quieter tonight than we've seen him this season. Ramsalar and Nakamura just having a game of keep ball. Ramsalar trying to drive forwards. Played in behind and just launched away in the end. Anywhere will do. Again, Mark Ramsalar right on the edge of the box. Anderson Lopez trying to create a yard as well. It's hard to think, isn't it, Ramsalar, that the kind of player that he is. He's only scored 2 professional hat-tricks in his career. One of those was for Utrecht back in 2021. The other one was against Alistair Calser in the Singapore Cup. That was March the 16th last year. To just kill this game off now, save the legs, no injuries, no more cards. Game management, so important this day and age. Chaulamwa, you don't mind your strikers putting that in and just trying to get themselves those goals for the confidence. That's exactly what Chaulamwa and Anderson Lopez are trying to do. Clipped into that far post area, it's not bad. Did it take a touch? Yes, it did.
Wow. A touch of Yuma, I think, on the far side. An intelligent ball that was played in from Lopez, looking for Arzic.
Corner. That just shows you the dominance now. Another corner since the first 10 minutes. Ramsalar. Well, I'm not being funny. If you've scored 2 goals and you've absolutely smashed them in from 10 yards like you did, you don't mind if he does that.
Yeah, of course. You know, and I think he was entitled to go for that one as well. Confidence high, ability as well.
The time you don't go for that is when it's 1-0 down or it's level and you want all 3 points. I think he's got enough about him to know that that's the case. Like we said, this one's dead and buried. It's all over. Nice touch again from Farhan. Whips it into that far post there. He's just overcooked. Looking for Setterwood. Defensively better from the Lion City Sailors, so learning from that first half mistake.
And Farhan Zulkifli again in the thick of action. He's always wanting to try to do something, trying to create something. He's probably been their best player.
Very hard to disagree with that. Here he is again. Just unfortunate that it's been in and out of this game. You see him against other teams where he's a lot more involved. But again, that's how good this Lion City Sailors side is. Given away sloppily. Sanazal having to mop things up, just apologising for that pass. You have it. No, you have it. No, I'll just try and clear it. And he's got away with another one there. There's no real need to do that, Sasha. You're putting your side under pressure. Just put your, like you said earlier, put your foot through it, squeeze up, and go from there.
Exactly, and it wasn't even convincing the way he tried to. I don't know, was it a clearance or was it a pass? Or
2 minutes to go. We will have a couple of minutes of time added on at the end as well. Nakamura helps that one on. Salazar trying to play it back and had to be mopped up quickly by Nabi Kimunguchi. Settled. Looks for the give and go. Settled in behind here. Costa doing well. Just tracking back in there to deal with that situation. Nakamura twists and turns, just a little tug. Well, that's frustration more than anything. So are we seeing the champions, Sashi? Are we seeing the best team in the league this year?
Yeah, I think they are, you know, in terms of being very clinical, and they're so powerful. And you can take a goal lead against them, but they always find a way. I don't see any other team so far going on the run and leading them to the title.
The only ones judging from the league table as it stands at the moment are PG Tampines Rovers. They're still unbeaten, 4 wins and 2 draws. Be a couple of big clashes when those two do face off against each other. Just about to go up by the 4th official. 3 minutes of time added on. So again, that's sensible. You've got players that have put quite a lot in. But then every single time the ball stops and starts, it's maybe is it a little bit of cramp? Salah going off, and he's worked incredibly hard. As you said, he's got to be the nail-on choice for the player of the match. A couple of goals and assists. He's deciding that he doesn't want to come off now. Or is he? Yes, no, maybe. I used to be uncertain, but I'm not sure now.
Yeah, I think he got the shot from Rankovic. He says, just go out. Have a rest.
You're 5-1 up. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You can play the last 3 minutes with 10 men.
Yeah.
You don't even need to put a sub on, unless you want to blood a youngster. And, you know, we've seen them do that at times, Lion City Sailors, but there aren't too many youngsters on the bench. The goalkeeper, of course, Benjamin Zedak, but you're not going to bring him on as a winger, are you? Have a young Brazilian as well, Lucas Zeraguero. Very, very comfortable and comprehensive performance from this team. It's a team that look together. Do you think they look better with a 4 at the back, Sashi, than a 3?
Yeah, I think they usually play with 3 when they go and play in continental competitions, but no, 4 playing in this league, it's no problem at all. You know, and obviously they've got the fullback in the overlapping fullback in Costa. Even Akram sometimes lends his support up top, so no problems there.
Brought in Nakamura as well to add that little bit more in the middle of the park. Be a late sting in the tail, Farhan. Just trying to create that yard for himself and cause a few issues. Again, they've brought in Nakamura, who is, of course, of Japanese birth, but has a Singapore passport. So again, it's another foreign player that can be put in there along with the likes of Song.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Harris just dropping into that centre-back role. about do it. We may get an extra 30 seconds because of the Ramsalar going off scenario. Saifullah helps it on. Bit of time and space finally for Yumasua, who'd push forward. Setterwood, goodness, it was an impression of Superman from Susak there. He wasn't even close to the ball. All he had to do was stay on his line. Got away with that one, the Lion City Sailors, and that would not have pleased Rankovic at all had they conceded there. Farhan cuts inside, just drills it into the man, and well, that would have been something spectacular right at the end, but it is too little too late for Hougang in what is a thoroughly deserved 3 points that go in favour of the Lion City Sailors. It started so well with Setterwood scoring after just 11 minutes, but that lead only lasted for 8 before Shawal Anwar made things all level. Then Nakamura struck one goal bound. It took a deflection off Ryan Sanizal and went into the back of the net. And just before half-time, probably the goal of the game, Lennart T got in front of his man and glanced ahead at goal bound. But Ramsalar and the rocket foot came to town for 2 goals in 7 minutes in that second 45 minutes, drilling 2 balls past a hapless Zafan Rahizad in goal, both from corners, basically carbon copies of each other. But what it means is it means that the Lion City Sailors extend their lead at the top of the table. They have now gone 7 games, never mind unbeaten, undefeated, undrawn, 7 wins from 7. They win here in the SPL. It's finished. Hougang United 1, the Lion City Sailors 5. Well, Sassy, we had a bit of fun there, didn't we? It was a really nice, thoroughly open game of football, and it started so well for Hougang.
Yeah, very much so, and I think the coach was talking about being a giant killer. Well, it started off well enough, and that was a very good goal from Setterwood. Good cross in from Jordan Vestering. And Setterwood just got the better of Datkovic. Well played on this left-hand side.
Vestering with that decent ball in, but again, poor defending. Cool, calm finish from Setterwood, who rose well and just put it into that bottom corner. But the lead only lasted for 7-8 minutes. And it was somewhat fortuitous, a little bit of a ricochet, as it were. But Shawal Anwar gambling, getting in behind the defender and getting fortunate with the bounce.
Yeah, that was his first assist of the night. Bart Ramsalar with a wonderful cross. But just take a look at Kimagunchi's position here at the top of the picture. Just totally lost Shawal Anwar's run there. And take nothing away from the cross onto the path of Shawal. Zafan does well on the line, but couldn't keep it in out.
Then the own goal came, but it was well worked down this left-hand side. Diogo Costa unselfishly here drew the keeper and the defenders. Nakamura struck it goal bound, and Nabi tried to clear his line straight in to Ryan Sanizal and into the back of his own net.
Yeah, Diogo Costa could have just gone on and take a shot with his left foot. Lennart does well, rolls Ryan Sanizal. Then Diogo Costa knew exactly what he was doing there, and coming off Ryan Sanizal in the end.
I think you'd have gone for goal yourself there, Sashi. I think you'd have fancied your chances.
Yeah, a dink over the goalkeeper.
Well, this was a beautiful dink cushion header here. How about this for a bit of skill from Ramsalar? Gets the ball back from Diogo Costa, then delivers a little bit of quality. And Lennart T gets in front of his man with the goal of the game quite clearly. A stunning finish to get ahead of him and glance that header goal bound.
Just lovely goal. And brilliant from Ramsalar. His second assist of the night. That first header is almost like a 1-2 with Diogo Costa, and then finds a little bit of space with the cross. The movement of Lennart T was brilliant, and the header was better.
Didn't need to be asked if the ball had crossed the line. Clearly it did. In the second half, it clearly crossed the line here. Or did it? Let's put it this way, Sashi. Bang! There you go. Have some of that, Ramsalar says. That one was in the 66th minute.
Yeah, his first goal of the night, and Zafan just flaps at this. Just puts out his right hand and finish. The power in this one as well, and the technique to keep it low and hard. It's class from Ramsalar.
Well, let me tell you, if you think that was hard, what about this one? And this was just 6-7 minutes later. That's hit with twice as much pace, and there's nothing. I mean, the ball's gone into the back of the net before the defender reacts.
Well, listen, the defender will get out of the way. Look at that, the power. And I think there was somebody there just turning his back, and I think it was Seta Wood. And Ryan Saniza didn't know exactly where the ball was.
That's how it finished then. Those were the goals. Only 57% possession, but that's because the Lion City Sailors dropped off and played a little bit low up with the lower block, allowing Hougang to have the ball for 43% possession. Like the percentage there, 70% of the shots on target for LCS, and that's always promising and good. And they won on the corner count as well. Fouls and offsides, pretty even. Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the number at the top, which said 5-1. This is how it stands then, 7 wins from 7. Are we going to get an invincible season from the Lion City Sailors? Never mind that, could they go through and win every single game? It's going to be testing for everybody else, but BG Tampines Rovers are the ones that look as though they could be the only side that could cause problems, but there's still a long, long way to go. Match week 7 then. We've had a 3-1 victory for BG Tampines Rovers, and we've had a 5-1 victory for LCS. Don't forget, tomorrow here from the Bishan Stadium, Balestier will take on Albrechts. That one promises to be a lot of fun, as the Young Lions will then take to the centre stage along with Tanjong Pagar United at the Jalan Besar Stadium live, which should be an absolute cracker. Can the Young Lions finally get their first win of the season? Well, it's finished here. Hougang United 1, the Lion City Sailors 5. The Lion City Sailors were a class above the rest.